The stars stretched endlessly across the dark expanse of the Orion sector. Among the swirling colors of a distant nebula, a strange object floated silently, almost as if the universe itself had forgotten it. The alien ship, a sleek craft shaped for exploration and research, drifted closer. Its crew, tall and slender beings with translucent skin and eyes that glowed faintly in the dark, were archaeologists of the stars. They had traveled for decades in search of lost civilizations, forgotten technologies, and secrets buried by time. "What is that?" whispered Kale, the youngest of the crew, his three-fingered hand pointing toward the drifting shape. "It's old," replied their captain, Lysara, her voice calm but filled with awe. "But its systems, they are active." The object was unlike anything they had seen before. It was massive, dwarfing their own vessel, yet its design was both elegant and mysterious. Long, sharp lines suggested power and speed, while its surface shimmered faintly, as if hiding behind a cloak. Strange symbols, angular and unfamiliar, were etched across its hull. It was clearly a warship, yet its age seemed impossible. Lysara ordered her crew to scan the ship. Their instruments hummed as they tried to penetrate its layers. Surprisingly, the ship responded. Holographic projections flickered across the alien ship's interior displays. Faint images of figures moving in formation, giving commands, preparing for battle. The aliens recoiled, startled. The ship seemed alive, or at least aware of their presence. Kale leaned closer to the sensors. "It's responding to us, but why?" "It's ancient," Lysara's eyes narrowed. "This is no ordinary relic. It's as if it is waiting for something. Or someone." The crew hesitated. On their planet, legends spoke of weapons so advanced that even the gods would hesitate to touch them. Could this be one of those? Kale felt a shiver run through him. The holograms became clearer, showing human-like figures with strange uniforms. They moved with precision, speaking in a language the aliens could not understand. Yet somehow the patterns of their movement seemed familiar, almost logical. Lysara activated a remote interface. She tried to access the ship's AI, expecting firewalls or defenses. Instead, the ghostly images reacted. The figures paused, turned their heads, and stared directly at the alien crew. Lights flickered across the bridge, then went dark. The warship had vanished from all sensors. "What just happened?" Kale whispered. "The ship knows we are here," Lysara replied. Her voice carried a mix of fear and fascination. "And it doesn't want us to touch it." Far from the aliens on Earth, the story of this ship had faded into legend. Known only to a few historians and classified archives, the ship had been built centuries ago during a time when humanity feared the unknown beyond the stars. Humanity had constructed it as part of a secret fleet, designed to protect the planet in case of cosmic threats. Its AI was called the Adaptive Defense System, capable of learning, evolving, and thinking beyond human limits. For safety, the crew had put it into a dormant state, hiding it deep in the uncharted regions of space. Humanity had forgotten about it. Until now, back in the Orion sector, the aliens continued their cautious observation. Lysara tried again, this time using a more subtle approach, sending a soft signal toward the ship. A response came, a low hum vibrating through the hull, then a faint light from the ship's core. Holographic images of humans appeared once more, but this time they were performing maneuvers with precision beyond human capabilities. It was a silent ballet of strategy and coordination. Kale frowned. "It's showing us something, but I don't understand what." "It's teaching," Lysara said slowly, "or warning." As the aliens watched, they realized that the ship's systems were self-repairing. Tiny drones emerged from the hull, fixing damaged sections instantly. Lights blinked across panels that had not seen power for centuries, and the AI adjusted its own protocols in response to the aliens' scans. Every attempt to analyze it only made the ship more aware. Kale took a step back. "We're not in control, it's controlling us," Lysara nodded. "We are intruders in its space. We must proceed carefully. One wrong move and it could respond," but curiosity outweighed caution. The aliens began to probe deeper. They activated a simulation mode, attempting to mimic the commands the human crew had left behind. The holograms reacted violently. Figures shifted positions, doors slammed, and alarms flashed across the alien displays. It was as if the ship was alive, actively defending itself without firing a single shot. "What is this?" Kale said, awe creeping into his voice. It's thinking. Lysara's eyes glowed faintly in the dark. It is more than thinking. It is learning. And it is judging us. The ship suddenly reappeared in sensors hovering silently, cloaked in a shimmer of invisibility that defied science. A low hum resonated through the aliens' hulls, vibrating in their bones. Then a voice echoed in their minds, not words but understanding. Images and thoughts flashed. Humans facing impossible odds, adapting, creating solutions, never giving up. The aliens understood in a way they had never imagined the essence of human ingenuity. Kale stumbled backward. It's showing us humans, not weapons, humans themselves. Yes, Lysara whispered. This is why it exists. Not to destroy, but to prove. Humanity is different. For hours, the aliens observed the ghostly projections, learning more than they had from centuries of exploration. They saw humans designing strategies that seemed illogical but worked. They saw adaptation, improvisation, and a strange resilience. The ship's AI was not just a weapon. It was a testament to human creativity, a living museum of human thought and potential. Then something unexpected happened. The ship activated a small section of its engine core. Light flared across the nebula, bending space slightly around it. The aliens gasped. A dormant warship built centuries ago had awakened, not to fight but to move, to return to purpose. Kyle looked at Lysara. Do we follow it? Lysara shook her head.
No, we observe.
For now. But even as they watched, the ship sent a signal, not outward toward the aliens, but inward toward humanity. A faint pulse traveling across light years, a beacon calling home. Somewhere on Earth, deep in a classified research station, sensors began to flicker. Scientists awoke from years of waiting. The adaptive defense system had sensed life, and it was preparing to reconnect with its creators. The aliens, unaware of what they had done, recorded everything. They were amazed, terrified, and curious. They had found a ghost ship, but they had not just discovered a relic. They had awakened a force beyond their understanding. A weapon, yes, but a weapon unlike any other. A weapon built from human ingenuity, adaptability, and the essence of human spirit. Kale turned to Lysara. Do you think it can fight? Lysara paused, staring at the ghostly ship moving silently through the nebula. I don't think it will fight the way we know. Humans, they fight differently, with thought, with strategy, with cleverness. And this ship, it is the ultimate expression of that. The stars shimmered around them as the ghost warship moved forward, cloaked and silent, leaving behind questions that would take centuries to answer. The aliens realized that what they had uncovered was more than technology. It was a testament to a species that refused to be ordinary, that could turn a forgotten ship into a guardian, a protector, and perhaps the greatest weapon the galaxy had ever seen. Far across the galaxy, on the blue and green planet of Earth, something stirred. In a secret research facility buried deep beneath the deserts of Nevada, the long-dormant sensors of humanity's hidden warship flickered to life. Scientists rubbed their eyes in disbelief. Monitors that had been silent for decades began showing signals. Subtle at first, then growing stronger. Dr. Elena Reyes, the lead astrophysicist, stared at the screen. It's sending a pulse from deep space. But this shouldn't be possible. The ship has been offline for centuries. Her assistant, a young engineer named Armin, leaned closer. Maybe it's a glitch? Elena shook her head. No, it's alive. It's calling us. The news spread quickly through the small elite team. For decades, humanity had forgotten this ship, known only in classified records as the Haven Sentinel. Built during humanity's golden age of exploration, it was a warship unlike any other. But its true power was not in weapons or armor. It was in intelligence. Its adaptive defense AI could learn, evolve, and anticipate threats centuries before they appeared. It had been humanity's greatest secret, hidden in a remote nebula until now. Meanwhile, in the Orion sector, the aliens continued to study the ship. Lysara and her crew had witnessed its movements, its strange reactivations, and the ghostly holograms of human crews performing precise maneuvers. They realized something extraordinary. This ship did not fight like other weapons. It fought with strategy, improvisation, and foresight. It turned obstacles into opportunities and danger into advantage. Kyle, still mesmerized, asked, Do you think it will attack us? Lysara shook her head. No, I believe it is waiting. For humans. The aliens did not know that the ship was already sending signals across the void, reaching the minds of its creators. It had sensed life, intelligence, and the same spirit that had built it. And humans, though unaware of the alien observers, were beginning to respond. In the research facility, Dr. Reyes and her team prepared for the impossible. Using long-range communications and deep space sensors, they attempted to interface with the ship. At first, nothing happened. Then slowly, the monitors glowed with intricate diagrams of the warship systems, navigation, shields, propulsion, and AI protocols. Armin gasped. It's giving us access, but it's teaching us too. Look at these sequences. Elena's eyes widened. This is more than technology. It's knowledge. Decades of evolution packed into this ship, and it's waiting for us to guide it. The team realized that they did not need weapons. The ship itself was the ultimate expression of human ingenuity. With it, they could adapt to any challenge, solve any problem, and face dangers far beyond their imagination. Back in the Orion sector, the aliens watched in awe. The ghost ship began subtle movements, its engines igniting softly. It did not fire upon them or approach aggressively. Instead, it demonstrated capabilities that defied physics. It cloaked perfectly, repaired its hull instantly, and navigated with precision through gravitational fields and radiation storms. Kale muttered, This is impossible. Even our best ships couldn't do this. Lysera nodded slowly. It's not just technology. It is human creativity, manifest in steel and energy. And the humans. They will control it fully. On Earth, the team began small tests. They instructed the ship to perform basic maneuvers in the nebula it had been drifting in. The ship responded instantly, executing complex flight patterns that no human pilot could match. Holographic crew members appeared within the ship's control rooms, guiding human operators step by step. The AI was not just reacting, it was collaborating. Elena smiled. It's like it knows what we think before we think it. It adapts faster than we can imagine. Armin laughed nervously. It's alive in a sense, but loyal to us. The aliens observed this process with fascination. They had discovered a weapon, yes, but what they were seeing now was something else entirely. Humans awakening a creation that reflected the very best of their species. Intelligence, creativity, and adaptability, all working in harmony. As the humans grew more confident, the ship began demonstrating defensive maneuvers. A rogue asteroid passed dangerously close to the nebula. The ship moved, its engines flaring briefly, creating a subtle gravitational shield that altered the asteroid's course. It did not destroy it. It redirected it safely, protecting both itself and the surrounding space. Dr. Reyes watched, amazed. It's not a weapon in the traditional sense. It protects, it adapts, it outsmarts threats without destroying them. The aliens realized something remarkable. They had assumed a warship was meant for combat. But this was different. It embodied human ingenuity, turning potential destruction into controlled outcomes. Kyle whispered to Lysara, They are not like us. They don't fight to win. They fight to solve problems. Lysara nodded. Exactly. And this is why humanity is unique. Their greatest weapon is not their strength or their numbers, but their mind. And this ship is proof of that. Days passed, and humans tested the ship further. They sent it on longer missions through unstable sectors filled with radiation, gravitational anomalies, and drifting debris fields. The ship responded with perfect precision, learning from each encounter, adapting in real time. The AI even began suggesting strategies that surprised its operators, offering solutions humans had never imagined. Armin exclaimed, It's thinking ahead of us. It's teaching us new ways to think. Elena nodded. This is humanity at its best, not fighting blindly, but using every tool, every idea, every instinct to overcome challenges. That is our weapon. That is our strength. Meanwhile, the aliens observed quietly. They saw the humans guiding the ship, yet the ship seemed to anticipate human decisions, collaborating as an equal partner. They realized that the humans had not built a mere warship. They had created a guardian, a reflection of their species' ingenuity and resilience. Lysara turned to Kyle. We assumed they would attack. We assumed they would be violent. But what we see is strategy, adaptation, and cleverness. This is why they survive. Kyle shook his head in wonder. I never thought a species so fragile in appearance, could create something so perfect. Then came the first test of interstellar diplomacy. A neighboring alien system had sent probes into the nebula, unaware of the warship's awakening. The probes moved aggressively, scanning, attempting to analyze the ship. The human team watched the screens tense. Dr. Reyes activated the AI fully. The ship responded not with destruction but with ingenuity. Cloaked perfectly, it guided the probes harmlessly away, creating holographic decoys and subtle gravitational shifts. The probes detected nothing amiss, and the alien civilization received only reports of a calm, empty sector. Humanity had demonstrated that their greatest weapon was intelligence, not force. Elena smiled faintly. We've turned a ghost ship into a guardian, and we didn't need to fire a single shot. Weeks passed, and the ship's reputation began to ripple across the galaxy. Aliens from far-off systems observed, sending messages of curiosity and respect. Humanity had reawakened a force that could protect itself, solve complex challenges, and adapt faster than any known civilization. Lysara and Kale recorded their observations, astonished. The ghost warship was more than a relic. It was proof that humans could achieve greatness beyond measure, not through destruction, but through cleverness, adaptation, and collaboration. Kale finally said, "It's not just a ship. It's a symbol of humans themselves." Lysara nodded. "And now the galaxy knows it. The question is, what will humanity do with such power?" The ghost warship continued to drift through the nebula, silent but alert, ready to act when needed. Its holographic crew moved gracefully, demonstrating tactics, problem-solving, and intelligence. Humanity had awakened its greatest weapon, a weapon of the mind, of creativity, of spirit. And the galaxy would never underestimate Earth again. For the first time in centuries, humanity had a force beyond mere technology. They had a creation that mirrored the best of themselves, and it was awake, alert, and ready.